friends, I'm Jody. Welcome back to This Beaded Life. Happy Monday to you. Today was my last day to help with the move at work. So we are pretty much ready for open business tomorrow. Of course, there's still going to be some little odds and ends that need to be taken care of, but for the most part, we are done. And I came home to several packages in the mail, and I had a feeling because my watch was going crazy, delivered, and I'm like, oh boy. So the first thing is I'm super excited about is my Beads to Live By subscription that I bought for the third quarter of the year. I only have one more month left to this subscription, and then it'll be fourth quarter time. So if you're interested, it does go quarter by quarter. You can't sign up yet for the fourth quarter, but at the end of September, you can sign up for the last quarter of the year. And that's how it works. So I will leave all the information in order to get the information sent to you to sign up if you want to get the subscription. And I'll kind of explain a little bit more what it entails as I go through what I got. I'll be right back. Okay, my friends, so this is for August and it's Beads to Live By. So I get the seed bead selection, the subscription for the seed beads, and I also get the 2-hole selection. Okay, so these can be done separate. You can get the subscription, or you can get them combined. And the price varies. You would have to just look at that and see what you would want. And then she also offers additional items before these ship out that you can add if you choose, 2 other coordinating bundles to go with it. And I'll show you those in a minute. But first, let's go over these so you can check these out. So it's all check glass. There's no gemstones. So, but I love check glass, so I don't have a problem with that. All right, so let's look at our 15-0 selection first. So we have this beautiful, let me grab my little white dish. We have a beautiful little champagne lustery color here, and then a really pretty, like kind of sagey green in this one. And I'm not gonna open these up because they make quite a mess. So we're gonna leave those in their container and we're gonna put them right there. And then let's look at our 11-0s. So you get 2 15-0s, 2 11-0s, and 2 8-0s and 2 6-0s. So it's a super great, it's a great like varying size type of deal. So here's one of our 11-0s. And it's this really, really pretty blue. It's almost like a cornflower blue. And it kind of looks like it might be silver lined. Very gorgeous. Love that color. And even if you're not a bead weaver, you guys, I use seed beads a lot, even just as spacers, because you don't have to always use metal spacers. Some metals will tarnish. Colored spacers like seed beads, they're not going to tarnish. All right, so then we have like a frosty matte in that lovely, kind of like a little sage green, but I can see like little hints of like a yellow in there, which is really pretty. I like that. And I like that we have like a little frosty matte color. So there's that. And then let's go to our 8-0s next. We have a really pretty gold. It's like a, it's not like a bright gold. It's more like a beige, honestly. I don't know why I was calling it gold. It doesn't really look gold. It's more like a beigey gold, maybe. But that's a really nice 8-0. Very pretty. And this is just kind of letting you see the palette here. Our next 8-0 are these really gorgeous orange that have some really pretty shine to them. Look at those. That's gorgeous. And these appear to be silver lined as well. I like getting the options of like the matte beads and the lined beads, and you're getting all these different like levels of shine and just, I don't know, it's just really pretty. Next are our 6.0 selections. So we have this gorgeous mint green, and this one appears to be lined as well, but it looks like it's kind of like a gold line. Let me see if I can, yeah, I think it's a gold line mint. Look at that. Ooh, look at that mint. That's beautiful. And now I will use mint even in the fall because there are shades of mint even in the fall. Look at how pretty that is. Next we have a beautiful, this is almost like a purpley beige. Like I'm seeing some purple in this beige, but it might even be the luster that's on it. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at these. So this is the palette we're looking at. And I hope this is showing up well on the camera with the lighting. I hope this is showing up really well. But I thought that was just gorgeous. This is a beautiful palette to be using. So we're just gonna scoot that up because we're gonna look at our next stuff. And now this is the 2-hole beads. Okay, so for our 2-hole beads, first thing we have some brown with some dark brown inclusions on these brick beads. And the lovely Danielle was with Cassandra last week, and she did something with the brick beads, and it was super cool. And because to be completely honest with you guys, I was struggling with the brick beads. I mean, she just treated them like a half tile is what she did. I don't know why I was having such a hard time with that. So she did something really cool with them. So I'm fairly certain I'll be able to figure out something fun with them eventually here. Okay, let's see what we have next. We have some silkies. So these look to be like they have like a purple with a travertine. These are really pretty. I've explained before, but just in case you're new and you haven't seen these before, silkies are similar to tile beads in the fact that they are square, but they are drilled with the 2 holes, but so that they're drilled to make like a diamond shape like that instead of a square. So they're drilled a little bit different, and I love them. I love silky beads. They're really fun to play with. Then we have some periwinkle or cornflower blue pyramid beads, which I've had some like this before, and I made a really fun bracelet from them, and they were just so fun. And they're 2-hole, and they have that nice matte texture to them, and they are, like I said, they are 2-hole, and they're 2 holes straight on, so they're going to leave that nice clean square shape like that. So those are fun. Next we have something that's very familiar to a lot of people are these dagger beads, but these dagger beads, check these out. These have like kind of like a copper line inside. Aren't those cool? Like that's really cool looking. Those are really, really neat. So we have those. And then I feel like I've somewhat mastered these items, the little triangle beads. So these are flat triangles. They're drilled on, they have 2 holes, and then the other one, the third part of the triangle is not drilled. So, you know, I found a way to use them in like stand-up pieces like this, like standing up in a bracelet. It makes it really fun using them with other items. Like I think I teamed them up with some 2-hole lentils, and it just made the piece really, really fun the last time I used them. But these are in a really nice, like deep, either deep olivine or almost a hunter green, which is a green I haven't used in some time, but it's really, really pretty. So there's our 2-hole selections, and they look fantastic with our palette. All right, and now I'm just gonna kind of move these all aside. And I went ahead and I remembered I bought both of the extras, the coordinating extras for this box, this curated collection. So I got the pressed check glass bead strands, and it came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands. So first, here's this lovely, like kind of like kite style check glass, pressed glass bead. These are quite lovely. They almost resemble a leaf to me. Very, very pretty. I like these a lot. I love that kite shape, and these are almost not a traditional kite. Usually the traditional kite is more pointed here, so we're gonna call it like a little free-form kite, but absolutely gorgeous. Looks fantastic with the rest of this palette. Then we have some beautiful lacy coins. I'm sorry, I have the hiccups, guys. The lacy coins are this gorgeous rosaline and copper. So one side of the lacy coins is like a transparent rosaline, and the other side is a finished like copper color or a rose gold color. Very, very pretty. I love that. And when she bundles these, you are saving a significant amount of money in buying them bundled like that versus buying each strand on its own. So then we have some little shells here. So we have the little swirly shells. These are a really pretty, I would say it's probably cornflower blue with travertine. And I think the travertine wash is almost like another rose gold or copper, but very, very pretty. Okay, I'm digging on these. These are like a tri-cut. I think these are 10 millimeter, you guys. These are huge. So a tri-cut in this amber color. And these also have, I think these are actually a Picasso finish along the outer edges, on the edges of the windows that are the tri-cut. These are really, really pretty. See, this is a $13 strand. So when you go to look at this kind of stuff, you guys, you'll see what I mean by buying the bundle is a lot cheaper than buying the individual strands. But if you only want one strand, then yeah, of course. But who's gonna want just one strand, right? You're gonna want all of it. But yeah, these are beautiful. I love these. So there's that. And then my last strand for the pressed glass are these beautiful textured squares. Look at these, you guys. These are that really pretty, like, I think that's almost like a, what's that milky pink called? That pink opal with a Picasso or a travertine. I really can't tell here at this point, but they have this beautiful texture to them, and it just gives them a little more life instead of just being a flat piece of check glass. Isn't that beautiful? These are massive too. I mean, they're as big as my thumbnail. They're huge. So this is beautiful. Look at those all together. Aren't those gorgeous? All right, so the next one, I got the fire polish one as well, because you know what? A girl can never have too many fire polish beads. Not ever, ever, ever too many. All right, so let's go through our fire polish beads. I want to grab kind of by size here. So let's look at these. We have, I believe these are 6 millimeter. Why can I never tell the difference between 6 millimeter and 8 millimeter sometimes? So I believe these are 6 millimeter. We have this really pretty, almost frosty matte faceted blue fire polish bead. And then we have this yellow with a silver wash. as well. Very pretty together. As a matter of fact, that these two colors look amazing together. I love that. We have those. And then let me see if I can grab my, I think those are 3s. No, those are, I don't know. We're just gonna grab 3 strands at a time here. Actually, I'll grab these. Okay, so I grabbed 4 strands and we're gonna look at these together. All right, so I have this first one here is this transparent pale green, very, very pretty fire polish bead. I believe this is a 4mm. If not, it's a 3mm, but it's beautiful. And there's a lot of nice facets and sparkle in that, just absolutely gorgeous. And then my next one here is this really pretty Picasso with that, oh my gosh, I can't think of it. I think it's the pink silk underneath it. Really, really pretty. So just like the squares that we had there, just like them. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we have a nice soft minty green with the lovely facets on it. Another really stunning, stunning fire polish piece. And then here's another matte AB on this beautiful champagne strand. Now we have some little itty bitties. So I do believe these are 2mm. We have a matte AB and copper wash on this really pretty gray. That's beautiful. And then we have this pink that is also a beautiful strand of fire polish beads. You guys, I'm just going to kind of pull all this together. I'm going to bring you guys out, pull all this together. And now I don't remember how much I spend a month on this, okay? I would have to go back and like kind of add it all up. And frankly, I'd rather just play with the beads and think about how much I spend on them. I really would much rather do that. So, but I suggest you get on the email list because you guys, this has turned out to be one of my top favorites to get. If you love check glass as much as I love check glass, you are going to definitely want this in your life. Look at that. Look at how beautiful these are. You know, there's so many of our bead friends that get this and they're like, yeah, it's their favorite. It's their favorite. They love it. They love it. They love it. Just ask our friend Lori. Lori, I'm calling you out. You got to put a testimonial in this video and tell everybody how much they would love this. And you guys, this is not an affiliate. I don't have an affiliate link. So this is me telling you that this is fantastic. All right, you guys, I am going to kind of clean up here. I'm going to think about what I want to do. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to just grab some, contenders. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to use this little tray. We're going to grab some contenders. And I don't want to go for anything complicated today because I've got like a whole bunch of mail that I need to do. And I really am going to spend some time making something probably a little more complicated later on. But right now, I just want to like embrace the beauty of some of these pieces. And I think it starts with this. I think it also has maybe a few of these. I think it also has some of these. And I think it's going to also have some of these. And quite possibly even some of these in it. And I think that's where it's going to go. So what do you guys think of this? I don't even know what we're going to make yet. I have no idea. But these are the ones I'm kind of like really drawn to. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this. I'm going to clean up my mess, get myself organized, grab some supplies, and I'll be right back. Okay, beautiful friends, I'm not sure exactly how I want to work this, but in my stash I found this beautiful check glass sleeve that I got from Sam's Bead Shop. Beautiful check glass sleeve, and I think it matches what I have going on here perfectly. I have from my scrap collection of silver silk this beautiful brown leather with the leather silver silk knitted over top of it. We're going to use that little scrap. I have a double finding for the end. That's going to be our loop for our button. Of course, it won't be that big. I'll probably use a tiny bit, so I'll still have another scrap. I have a couple soft flex crimp tubes. I have some, yeah, you guys know what this is called. This is some French wire in that beautiful copper color. I have some soft flex fine beading wire, and I'm using that because we're going to try to go from several strands down to one strand and cover it with the copper because I'm using satin silver. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so not really sure anything more than that, but we're going to pull a few of these off. I'm just going to pull like 6 off. I'm not sure how many we're going to use. And same with this. Every month I'm like, Cassandra, you've outdone yourself. Every month, Cassandra, you've outdone yourself. Just wait until she gets back from the Czech Republic, guys. If you think this is something. She's talking about some vintage beads as well. And I'm like, ooh, girl. All right. So we've got some color going on here. We have some beautiful warm tones. We have some gorgeous cool tones. And what do you get when you mix them both? I don't know, but we're going to find out. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these and we are going to cut what we're going to need for our regular bracelet, okay? We're gonna do some like little bobbin and weaving throughout. And you guys have seen me do this in the past. Again, I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going for here, but I'm going to cut this a little bit larger than my wrist, of course. Well, probably like double my wrist, kind of. So I will give you a measurement in a second here because this is our base layer. And, oh, my measuring tape's on the floor. Hold on. I've been using this one a lot lately because my cats love it and it hangs on the arm of my chair and they love to play with it. So I've been like appeasing the cat gods and they are happy. So this is 12 inches. As long as I let them have a little something in their life, they are thrilled. And we are going to take this beautiful check glass square, string that on right here, okay? And now I think what I want to do is I think maybe I would like to take one of, maybe I want to do, I think I want to do a little orange one in between each one of these. All right, just do this because I want 3 of these by each other. And that may be all we use of these. Okay, just like that. Let me put those off to the side just in case we don't, just in case we decide not to use those. And then next, we're going to put one of these little orange spacers on again. And we're going to bring in one of these really beautiful tri-cut beads. Let's do the same thing on this side. Okay, so this is what we have so far. That's really, really pretty. I'm going to slide everything up just a tad. There we go. Gorgeous. And I think we're going to go ahead and continue putting a little orange bead in between. Now I haven't picked up any of the yellow yet because I'm not sure how I want to play this out. I don't know if I want any on my base strand or not. And I'm calling it a base strand because I think I'm gonna try to kind of go like over and around and over. I'm gonna try, guys. This is something that I've never done before. So, and I've never seen it done before. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can come up with like a new design. And next to me is the rest of my beads. So if I need to switch to a smaller seed bead to help me out too, or add it in, I absolutely can. So we will definitely take a peek at that to see if that's something we may end up needing to do. Okay, and let's put this on. And I think, let's take a look. Nope, we still got quite a bit of beads left to go, right? So maybe we will put a little bit of the yellow in on the bottom here too. And then maybe the top part will be mostly seed beads. And I might want to grab another seed bead, maybe another 11-0, and maybe even a 15-0 to go with it. I don't know, we'll have to look at that. So let's go ahead and grab some of this yellow. And these, I think we can just, we better put a bead in between. I think we're gonna need that. Let's grab that. And let's just start with 2 on each side because I'm not really sure where this is going to land as far as what we're going to need exactly. Okay. So I would say, so if we have, I would say this is probably about 1.5 inches difference in between. But now let's kind of look at what we have going on. So we have this button, and the button is going to be like right about here probably, right? Like right about here. So that's about, what is that, about 1/2 inch? Yep, just over 1/2 inch. And then we have this, which is really about 1/2 inch. And then I don't think we need to go any further. I really don't. Because then we have this little guy here too, which is going to end up looping onto that. I don't think we need to go any further. I think we need to just keep it right like this. So we're gonna leave it alone. But what we're going to do is we're going to clamp this here. Oops, not onto my mat. And clamp this here. Okay, just let that sit. Now this is where it could get fun or ugly. I don't know yet. All right, so now we want to take this, and because this is going to end up going in and out, maybe, I'm still not quite sure how I want to do this. I'm going to kind of probably like maybe triple the size of my actual bracelet. So here's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Oh, and that's pretty much my spool. So that's going to work out perfectly. All right. I need more of this. Oh my gosh, you guys. I go through so much bead stringing wire. Oh my gosh, I go through so much. All right. So I'm not sure how I want to do this. I think what I want to do is I want to go ahead and end the one side. So let's take this one end off and let's put these two together. Let's put our crimp tube on. Kind of want to, You know what, I can honestly keep them both together. All right, so let's do that. And then I wonder if any of my pre-cut pieces in here will work. It'll definitely only go over one. Okay. All right. So let's get one of these by itself. Now they're both through that crimp tube still. And I still have that other clamp on the other end there. And we're gonna just bring the one with the, oh, first I gotta put this on. Put our button on, and then we're gonna bring the tail that has the French wire on it through our crimp. I know my hands are probably in the way, you guys. I'll show you in a second here. Now we're gonna be really careful of our French wire because it does like to get sucked into the crimp for some crazy reason. Just slide that crimp, slide that wire. All right. Now I'll show you in just a second here. All right, so I have both of my wires going through. One of my wires does not have anything on it, but it did go through the crimp. My other wire went through the crimp, but I put the French wire on it and put the tail of it back through my crimp. So now essentially there's 3 wires passing through there, which is actually perfect because it's 3 of the really fine bead stringing wire from Softflex. So it'll be good for me to use my magical crimpers. So I'm going to go ahead and put my magical crimpers over the crimp, do a squeeze, and now we have like this perfect little bead right there. It looks good. Let's go in and snip this part off. Getting our little trash cup there. And I'm going to go ahead and snip this part off. Oh, that's not a snipper. That's a crimper. All the way up to the top. There we go. All right. And now we can just bring this down. And we're just going to position that right here because leaving a space, because this will probably move a little bit as we do some bobbing and weaving. All right, so our button is on, looks good. And I don't know if we're going to actually need any other beads. So, all right, so this is what we're going to do. And I might, depending on what happens here, if this stretches out or whatever, I may end up even like making it somewhat asymmetrical and taking this off. We'll call it asymmetrical. So that's that's what we'll end up calling it. So now I'm just going to take a couple of these and we're just going to kind of see how this ends up looking. All right. So I'm taking 2 of my those are my 8mm. Yeah, 8mm. And we're going to drop those down here. I do want that kind of tight there. I wonder if I should grab, you know what, I may want to, hold on. I'm thinking about something. I think I might want to first go through this one and this one, just to kind of bring me out of that little section right there, like that. There, I think it'll be easier to work with. And I think maybe I do want to bring in maybe some 15s. So let me pull those out. Or these are 8s. Yeah, or I could even do, let's see, because I have the 11s. Kind of don't want to do another green. I kind of wouldn't mind shocking it though and having this blue in there. Maybe we'll just do that. Grab just a few of those because that wouldn't be bad. And maybe I should just pull this down the rest of the way. I can always slide it up if we need the space, because I think right now we want to kind of keep it somewhat together. All right, so let's grab with our bead string and wire one of these little 11s. Let's grab an 8-0, a 6-0, an 8-0, an 11-0. Let's just drop that down. And let's see how this forms. So if I can just wrap that, I want this to sit right like this. Oh, you guys, I like that. That's gonna look really, really cool. So now, of course, I'm gonna need more beads to go over larger ones, right? And it's just kind of gonna be like, we're gonna have to do an experiment each time our bead size changes. So we're gonna be experimenting here. And I think, yeah, we wanna go over top of that seed bead. Okay, that's what we did the last time. So we just wanna come out of that bigger bead there. Yes. All right, so it looks like we're gonna go kind of like around the side of it, and then maybe we'll go around the side, and then I don't know if I plan on wanting to come back around or not. I don't know yet, we'll see. We'll also see how much material we have. We may not be able to. I'm gonna bring you in just a little bit. All right, so now let's kind of test this one out. So this one, let's see if we double it. See, this is what this is all about, you guys. Trial and error, right? So let's do 2 blue, 2 orange, 1 mint green, 2 orange, 2 blue. And this is the beauty of not working with a needle. You don't have to take your needle off every time you want to change your mind, right? You can just undo your beads. Now this might be too much. So, and let me see. If you just take it and bend it, you know what? That's not too much. I like that. That's gonna look really cool. All right, so now that we know that's gonna work, let's put this one through here. Gonna go through that big bead, and we're gonna come out the other side of that big bead, but not through that seed bead. We're gonna come out right before that seed bead, just like so. And try to keep it on the opposite side, like that. We wanna kinda make it do this kind of thing. These, I want it to go over top, the ones that it's gonna go over. So it's gonna go over this one, go through, go over this one, and then go around, go through, go around, and so on. All right. So I think this would probably be about the same size going flat across. So let's test our theory on that. So 1, 2, 2 orange, a mint green, 2 orange, and 2 blue. Whoop, that's 3 blue. There we go. let's see how that sits. So if it goes there, you know what? That works out real nice. Okay. You know what? We are batting 3 for 3, you guys, so far. That's really excellent. And now we know what fits over and around each bead. All right, so again, we're just going through the large bead. We're skipping over that seed bead and going through the large bead only. Like that, and just pulling that soft flex fine straight over top. Oh, this is totally cute, you guys. Oh my gosh, look at with this leaf. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I get so excited when a plan comes together. I'm wondering if I will have enough to do it. But here's the thing, you know what? It wouldn't work out because I already crimped the side off. So unless I cut it, no, that still won't work. Never mind. I'm being a dork. But you know what? I'm okay with it just being on one side. I'm really okay with that because I think it just gives kind of like that really different look. So I think we're going to be okay with that. It just kind of gives it a little bit of a funky look. Now, had I planned it out a little bit differently, we could have done it. But truth be told, I didn't even know this was going to work. I mean, literally, I didn't know this was going to work. But now that I know that it's going to work, if I ever want to do this again, I just need to make my plan just a little bit different. That's all. Okay, I keep dropping these little blue ones and I don't know why. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna go back up over top of this one. Where'd that other blue one go? I swear I put one on there. I don't know, guys, I lost it somewhere along the way. Now watch, I put this one on and the other one magically shows off. All right, so we got that one, and now we're gonna pick this up, and we're only gonna go through that tri-cut bead and not either one of the seed beads. All right, we can loosen this up just a tad bit so I can get through there. It's a tiny bit. Get in there. Now that I picked it up and I scattered beads all over the place. Okay, there we go. And we just pull that down. Oh my gosh, this looks so cute, you guys. I am so excited. All right, so this one's on this side, so we're gonna want this one to be going around this side. And I don't think I need to take any beads off. I think we're gonna be good. It didn't add any length to it at all. None, we're good. So this one is also the 2, 2, and 1. So we got 2 blue, 2 orange, 2 green, 2 orange, and 2 blue. And we're gonna go around and through this tri-cut bead. Just like so. Boom. All right. And now we're gonna want to bring our strand over to this side because we're gonna go over this one, and it's just 1, 1, and 1, and then we'll be able to do our ending on here. All right, so we need one of these guys, one of these, an orange and a blue, drop that down. Let's just go ahead and take that right off. And this one is going right directly into our fire polish and coming right out through our 8/0 seed bead as well. Make sure we get that on the right side. There we go. And we're just going to set it like that for a second because now we need to prepare the other side of our clasp. Okay, so I have my double end here. What we need to do is we need to find out what is our bare minimum that this will fit through without getting stuck and without being too big. And it looks like I might have it pretty right. I might go down right about here. So I'm going to go here and we're going to cut. Still have quite a bit left. I could do another button loop. This is why I don't throw away scraps, guys. I would have had to cut this off of a larger piece, which I could have, I could use a larger piece for something larger. All right, so now I'm going to just kind of smooth out my ends. We're going to stick my ends into my silver silk finding. It's my double strand finding. Oh yeah, this is so cute. This is going to be so cute. All right. And then we're going to just gently close our finding. All the way. All right, and I'm not going to add any jump rings. It's a little big, but that's okay. If I'm worried about it, I can even take some copper wire and do like a little wrap here and make it look all fancy, but I'm not concerned. All right, guys, so here we go. Now that we have that, we're going to cut off this one really long piece that I can actually use as another piece of jewelry. And we're not going to need it anyway, so we're just going to cut this off and I'm going to wrap it and I'm going to just clip it and set it aside. I'm going to do my best to use it today yet, so I know what it is and we'll use it. All right, so now that I have this and it looks so super cute, so excited about it, we're going to drop on our crimp. Drop her down over both of my wires. Let's see if any of these little scrappy pieces will work. I think they will. I'm going to take one of my scraps here, put it over my wire, drop it all the way down. All right, we're going to put our finding over top of just that one, bend our wire over. Sorry if I just went off camera, I'm so sorry. And we're going to put it through our crimp and we'll see if it will go through this fire polish bead as well, and it does. Good. All right, so now we're just going to be careful and we're going to give ourselves some leverage and we're going to pull this down, but still kind of watching our French wire because we don't want it to get sucked in to our crimp. It's a bad day when that happens, you guys. Trust me. All right, and then I just pulled my other wire to make sure that that's in there tightly as well. So now that we have our tail that we're not keeping and our tail that we are that we put through our wire, oh my gosh, you guys, our French wire, we're going to go ahead and crimp this. I'm going to give myself just a little bit of space here for crimping. Put that in our special crimpers, and let's crimp away. Let's turn this into a nice little ball, like that. And then we can come in and do some trimming. This is a good scrap. We're going to save that. Believe it or not, this is also a good scrap, but for filling in and out a crimp tube to use the magical crimpers. And then we have our fun bracelet. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love this. And look, I could actually, if I wanted to, turn this way like this. Oh, look at how cute this turned out. Oh my gosh, let's try it on. Let's try it on. Let's see how it looks. I bet you it looks stinking adorable. All right. Okay, so here it is. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. And then here's our little button. Oh my gosh, it looks adorable. Oh, I hope you like this one, you guys. I love this one. It's so pretty, and I'm so glad I had that button and I had some scraps of the silver silk leather instead of having to cut into a big piece. I'm so excited. You guys, I will make sure that if Sam still has more of these buttons, I will list that as well as the information that you need from Cassandra to get on the mail, to get on the email list to start knowing when the next subscription is going to be available. I got the French wire from Danielle's website. I will let you know if it's still available there. I will also list the leather, silver silk, and the finding that I'm using here as well. All right, guys, I'm sending you all my love. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I've got several more boxes to open up and see what I have. Bye, guys.